Hi, my name is Danielle and welcome to my Newbie BookTube tag. Thanks for being here. I just have a few questions that I thought would be fun as a way to introduce myself in this space, in this corner of the internet, but I'm going to just dive right in. So, question number one, why did I start this channel? So I'm actually reviving this channel. I have archived all my past videos at this point, but I started off as a writing channel just to kind of document the writing that I was doing. But I'm not really in a season where I'm writing a lot. I'm a new mom and I am reading a lot, and I love to talk about books. So I decided to archive all of my writing videos, also because most of them had to do with NaNoWriMo, which I'm not sure if you're aware, it's because it's in the writing space, but there's some things going on with AI and I'm just not comfortable having my videos searchable right now, even though they're not like big videos by any stretch of the imagination. But I made the decision just to archive those for this season, especially since I'm not writing as much. Question number two, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? So I just love books. That's not super unique, but I think something that I do a little bit differently is I'm not really a star rater when it comes to book reviews. The only time I give star ratings is when I'm doing arcs, and that's mainly because I know that especially for debut, like books for debut authors, that they need those star ratings to help give their books something to stand on a little bit. But especially when it comes to popular books, I'm not really a big star rater because there's a few reasons. I think book reviews are super subjective. There are going to be things that I say that you're not going to agree with, and there's going to be things that you guys say that I don't agree with. And that's okay. That's being human. And so I tend to, when I read a book and when I talk about books, I like to say who that book is for, because there might be books that I do not like, but it is someone else's cup of tea. Or there might be books that I love and it might not be someone else's, and that's okay. So when I talk about books, I really do try to approach it in the sense of who that book is for and who might enjoy it, because I feel like especially on Book Talk and even BookTube that people will talk about books and they'll like say, oh, all these things about it and it's all this. And then you get into the book and it's not that, and I struggle with that. So I really like to dive into different aspects of the book, because just because you have a certain trope in it, that doesn't mean that even though you love that trope, that book is for you. So that's what I hope to bring. Question number three, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I just love stories. I love books. I do love movies and TV shows, and I love adaptations, even though I judge them pretty harshly. I think that adaptations are almost never done well, but I do enjoy comparing the two forms of art. And I just really love talking about books, and I have some friends that I love getting to chat with about books, and they're amazing, but also we all have lives and sometimes we're not reading the exact same things. So I just wanted to be able to come on here and talk to the ether. Maybe no one's watching this and that's totally good, but I just want to talk about books that bring me joy because it's fun. It's just a good time. Question number four, why do you love reading? I mean, if you're watching this, I feel like you know. Just kidding. I think books are magic. I think that the way that authors can put words together to create a story and to create characters that I wish were real is magic. Like, there is just something so special about that. And so I love being able to dive into a book and enjoy that, and enjoy a space that an author has created, and just wish that those people were real sometimes. Yeah, I think books are just really special, and it's such a way to like bring community together. That's something I really hope for this space, is that people can come together and have community around books and around stories and around the special thing and the special hobby that we enjoy, without judgment. And so, yeah, I think books are magic. Take a little break. Oh, coffee is so good. Anyways, question number five, what book or series got you into reading? So I was actually a really avid reader growing up. I had a neighbor who was a librarian, and she would bring home books all the time, which was just amazing. And my parents read to me a lot growing up, and I really think that helped foster a love for reading. But then I did the classic, got to late high school, early college, and just stopped reading because I had to do so much like academic reading, and I was a history major, so I did a lot of reading, and a lot of reading that was very dry. Interesting, but dry. And so really what kick-started it all is that thing in 2020 that no one really loves to talk about or remember, brought one good thing. It brought a lot of people back into reading. And I, earlier that year, had actually set a goal to read 100 books. Don't know what I was thinking. I had a friend who was doing it, and I was like, oh yeah, I could do that. Who is she? I don't know who she thought she was. I had never done that. And so, yeah. Anyways, I was just trying to like read some books, and I was using my library, and I had a bunch of books that I would reread a lot. And so in the years leading up to it, I would reread a lot of like comfort books, like The Hunger Games. And so in Libby, which is an app you can use for your library, I like to click on the authors' names to kind of see what other works they've written, because I don't always know what they've written. And so I was on the app, and I had like just read The Hunger Games, and I clicked on her like author name, and it took me to the series, with the first book being Gregor the Overlander. And I loved that series. A lot of people got their restart into reading with ACOTAR. Mine was a little middle grade series that I dearly love. I think Suzanne Collins just has a way with words and a way to evoke emotion that not all authors have. And a lot of people have experienced that with The Hunger Games. But if you haven't read her middle grade series, it's called the Underlander series or something like that. But the first one is Gregor the Overlander. There's 5 books, and they're middle grade, so they're really easy to get through. I listen to them on audio. They just have such a special spot in my heart. It's just so good. So that's what really kickstarted me back into reading. And from there, I just haven't stopped. Question number 6. Where do you read? I am an avid audio girly. This is one strong opinion I have. If you believe that audio doesn't count, it is ableist, and I don't know if this is going to be the community for you, and that's okay. I know there's a community out there for you. Or if you don't believe it and you just don't judge those who do, then you can hang out. That's totally fine. But we don't attack the audio girlies. But yeah, I will listen to books over movies. I even request arcs in audio on NetGalley because I love doing that. I work remotely, and I also have a young child at home. I'm a new mom, and I will listen to books at night when I'm up with her, or I'm nap trapped. I'll listen to a book, that kind of stuff. And so I just love books so much. I love listening to them. I think narrators have such a fun and hard job to be able to evoke the emotion that the words need to evoke. So I read everywhere. But I also do have a Kindle that I love to read, especially in the car, or if I'm in a public spot that it doesn't make sense to wear headphones because I don't want to be rude, because I, for some reason, care. Yeah, or I'll read on my Kindle while I'm also nap trapped, because that works out really well. And then I do love a physical book. I think it's just harder to carry and to find the time to sit down and read, unfortunately. But I love physical books. Obviously, I have shelves on shelves. It's my trophy collection, basically. So yeah, that's where I read. Question number 7. What kind of books do you like to read? Everything. Now I have my favorites. I definitely enjoy a good fantasy. I love contemporary romance. They're kind of my palate cleansers, I hate to say, but they are. I think fantasy is so much on the mind, that contemporary romance, because it's in the world. If you've read for any amount of time, you kind of get the tropes and that kind of thing. And so I love contemporary romance. And then I also really enjoy a good mystery or suspense thriller, that kind of category. But those are also they kind of take their toll, unless it's a cozy mystery. Recently read a fantastic series that was the just simplest, sweetest little cozy mystery set in the Outer Banks. It's Lighthouse Library mystery, something like that. It's really good. I can link it below if you're interested in reading that. But I just about love everything. I'll try everything. There are definitely things that I don't always gravitate towards, but I have read most genres. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this little cozy corner of the internet, just to introduce myself and what you can kind of expect in this space. I'm excited to do all kinds of videos if I can. I yeah, I just am excited to be here. And if you want to tag along on this adventure with me, you can subscribe. That would be awesome. But also, there's no pressure there. This is as much for me as I hope it is for anyone else who finds it and gets to just enjoy book content. So, yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time.